Alright, people, so I'm here with your Raw review. No surprise, no shock. Another shitty episode of Monday Night Raw. I mean, this is like the dog days of wrestling right here, right after WrestleMania. Nothing good is happening. So let's get into the review. So we start the show off. Apparently, there's a fatal five-way match at Extreme Rules to decide who's going to face Brock Lesnar. Now, interestingly enough, they don't name when that match will be. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. Another week of no Brock. I just made a video on it, so I'm not going to go on it forever. But once again, the fact that our champion has not been there for, over a month now is unacceptable. So basically, they just announced the match, and they have the 5 people come out there. And I've said this many times, too, that when you have a promo between 6 guys in the ring, everybody only has a couple minutes to say what they have to say, so it usually isn't that good, and this wasn't. So they do a little brawl there, and Finn Balor is the last one standing there. But I mean, it was a pretty ordinary brawl, pretty boring way to open the show. Then we have Jeff Hardy defeating Sheamus, just a typical 5-minute boring-ass match here. The Hardys have just become another tag team in the mix here. I mean, they're just, again, it's just like they just let's just throw together a match here between Jeff Hardy and Sheamus, and there's your build to the match. I mean, it's like that's the classic thing for them to do. That they'll have it, here's your tag team title match. Hey, let's just take one of the guys in this tag team, another guy on the other tag team, and throw them together in a match on Raw. And probably next week they'll have Matt Hardy versus Cesaro. I'm sure they'll do that or something like that. And that's what they do every fucking time. And like I've been saying, the show is so cookie cutter. It's so monotonous. It's so boring. It's so just the same shit every week. And this is what I'm talking about. Then we have Alicia Fox defeating Sasha Banks in a 3-minute terrible waste of time match. I mean, Sasha Banks, she was just fucking she's 4-time Divas champion, something like that, I don't know. She was just fighting for the belt, and now she's fucking losing to that crazy ass Alicia Fox, who's a fucking whore. I mean, she's sleeping around with other men, with multiple men. That Noam Dar loser and the Cedric Alexander, whoever the fuck that guy's name is. I mean, what how stupid is that? So that was a 0 out of 5 star. Just disaster of a match. Waste of time. Then we have Ambrose and Miz ending in a DQ. Not really that entertaining here. Just a lot of basic moves. I mean, they gave it 1 out of 5 stars. It was 9 minutes and 10 seconds long. So, I mean, not too long for an Intercontinental Championship match. And also, too, they were like, at the end of the show, they're like, we already had one of our 2 main events. Now the second one is upcoming. What the fuck does that mean, one of your 2 main events? There's only 1 main event, Michael Cole, you fucking idiot. What do you mean your 2 main events? There is no 2 main events. There's fucking 1 main event. Just because you say that there's fucking 5 million main events on one show does not make it true. There's 1 main event, and that's the last match. But I just thought of that. I mean, there's just so many things, I'm watching the show, I go through, I just pick out so many things I can rant on, but you got to condense it down into, because I don't want to go on for hours and hours about how terrible this show is. I mean, you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick your battles here with ranting on this shit. So, yeah, the match wasn't that good. It ends in a DQ. And just a typical fucking match. Then we have Bayley and Alexa Bliss cutting a promo. And I really like Alexa Bliss's character. When she's cutting a promo, it really comes natural to her. She puts on a good performance, meaning that when she's actually talking, it doesn't sound like she's scripted. It actually sounds like she's acting good. Unlike people like Nikki Bella, who don't know what the fuck they're doing when they talk. Alexa Bliss actually can articulate herself. And also, so Bliss, comes out and cuts this good promo, and then you got Bayley again doing her 6-year-old stick. of hugs and kisses and Bailey buddies and my dad brought me to Raw 10,000 years ago. All this bullshit that I don't give a shit about. I mean, Bailey's character is just so fucking annoying. It is so geared towards kids. It's ridiculous, and the fact that that character won her the belt, that character had the belt for that long, just even one day, let alone a couple months, is just ridiculous. So I mean, it was an alright promo. Bailey kind of ruined it, but then after you get a little brawl there, and Bliss takes out a kendo stick and hits Bailey with it once, like that's enough to like stop the whole fucking brawl, and that's. I mean, they acted like she was stabbed or something. They acted like, Bailey. They acted like Alexa Bliss took out a shotgun and shot her in the fucking chest. But I mean, it was just one kendo stick shot. I mean, I know they're divas. I know they're not. They're not as physically built up as men are. They're not as physically strong. So I mean, they cannot take as much abuse as men. But I mean, come on, one kendo stick shot and you're done, and that's the end of the brawl. Give me a fucking break. Then we have TJP and Neville defeating Gallagher and Austin Aries, and just another typical tag team cruiserweight tag match. I said tag twice there, but it was shitty. 5 minutes and 45 seconds long. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the tag matches in this company, and I'm not a fan of the cruiserweight matches in this company. So put them together, and what do you got? You got a boring ass match. So. I'm waiting. They do have one good thing. They actually got a fucking storyline going in the cruiserweight division. You think that they just seem to throw guys together in this division. Hey, one guy's gonna fight one guy. I mean, they seem to do that a lot in this company. There's no intricate storylines. Not like this is even that intricate, but they got a decent little thing going here with, TJP and the Neville Alliance, which is like very, very, it's about to burst or break up or lead to something else. So again, it's something that's like got you think. At least it's got me thinking a little bit, like what's gonna happen here. I mean, nothing that this company does, gets you thinking, but hey, they actually got some storyline going in this division. But the match was pretty boring. Then we have Roman Reigns defeating Finn Balor. It wasn't really that good of a match. There was a couple good moments here. A couple good spots in the match, the what's the name of that move? The drive-by, Reigns kicked him into the post. I mean, there was a couple good moves, but I mean that's not enough in 11-minute and 40-second match. I mean that's not enough. So, and of course Roman Reigns has to win. I mean with one fucking shoulder or arm, he has to win. Of course they put him over last week with him, taking out Strowman for 6 months. And they played that numerous times throughout the show. I mean, how many times are we going to see a fucking video package of him beating up Braun Strowman? I get it. You want to push him over. I get it. Every fucking executive, every fucking man on the creative team is jerking off to this man. I get that you have an obsession with Roman Reigns, but it doesn't mean you have to fucking shove him down our motherfucking throats every week. I mean, how stupid does it look every week when he comes out and he's getting booed? I mean, isn't that like an indication you shouldn't be pushing him? So, yeah, the match wasn't that good. I gave it a 1 star out of 5. So then we get another Goldust and R-Truth here, cutting a promo, and actually something happened that you didn't expect. Actually, a heel turn, a swerve. Oh, but who is it with? It's not with somebody significant. It's with R-Truth and Goldust. 2 motherfuckers, 2 goofballs who nobody cares about. So, I mean, the only decent thing that happens on the show tonight, really, I mean, nothing else was really that good, is something between a jobber tag team that hasn't won shit. And the fallout from this, whatever it's going to be, probably an R-Truth Goldust match on the kickoff show, which I probably won't even watch. I never watched the kickoff. But whatever the fallout from this match is, whatever they'll probably have a match between these two. It's not going to lead to anything significant or good. So while it was like a unexpected, decent moment, it's nothing to get our hopes up, raised about, because nothing's going to come out of it. Because we know this company is horrible at capitalizing off opportunities. Then we have Big Cass, excuse me, I had a typo here on my sheet, defeats Titus O'Neil in a 1 minute and 15-second waste of time match. I gave it 0 out of 5 stars. Just terrible. Just a waste of time. I mean, they put Titus O'Neil and the Smiler, I call him. What's his name? Apollo Crews, because he smiles all the time. That's what I remember from him. They put those two together, so we'll see if they do anything with him. But so far, I mean, they're just together. It's two black guys, they just throw them together, and so I don't know what they're gonna do with them, but they haven't done anything yet, really. Then we have Rollins and Wyatt for your main event, your second main event. I don't even know what the fuck. They said 2 main events. I don't even know what the fuck the first main event was. Was it Reigns and Balor, or was it Ambrose and Miz for the title? So your second main event. No, this is the only main event, Michael Cole. I know it's not Michael Cole's fault. I'm not ranting on him. Whoever told him to say that's a fucking idiot. So Rollins and Wyatt here, just another fucking boring ass. It was 10 minutes long, boring ass match. Samoa Joe comes down and interferes at the end. Then you get a little brawl between the 3 men, and Bray Wyatt ends up giving both to Sister Abigail. I mean, how much more basic can you get than that? This is what I'm talking about. Just everything is so basic. Like, I could think of this shit. I mean, it doesn't take a fucking genius to think of this shit. I mean, don't these writers go to school to learn how to write a motherfucking TV show? Aren't they supposed to be the greatest writers in the world? Because this is the biggest wrestling company in the world by far. I mean, you'd think they have fucking monkeys back there writing the show. Because the show is just garbage. Like I said, nothing is intricate about it. I mean, I can't stress that enough. That, when you have a storyline, especially if it's like a pay-per-view match, a big-time pay-per-view match. First off, there's no championship match because Lesnar's not there. So you've already fucked yourselves over to begin with. It's like, if you look at the Ambrose and Miz feud, which is like the top storyline right now, I mean, I guess you could say now the Fatal 5-Way match is another top storyline. But I mean, let's take those 2 storylines. I mean, is there really an intricate plot between those? Is there like an idea between that? Is there, something you could look at and say, oh, that really shows those 2 people have some heat together? Or I'm really excited to see this match because of whatever. I'm really excited to watch next week because Miz and Ambrose are going to do this shit, or they really had a good promo, or just anything that's like unique. I'm looking for stuff that is unique, that's, again, controversial or edgy, or just anything. I'm just looking for anything, but again, they just roll out the same cookie cutter. I keep using that word, but it is a good word to describe this company, cookie cutter, because all the matches, all the promos seem to be the same, standard, unoriginal garbage. So that's all I gotta say about this show. Just what a terrible show tonight. I mean, they are really dropping in their quality of Raw. The quality of Raw is in the toilet. Just like the ratings are in the toilet. So that's all I got to say about that. I don't want to rant forever. I mean, I just really don't know what to say anymore about this, because I can only rant and drive home the same talking points, which are true, in my opinion, which are true so many times. I mean, I feel repetitive, but I mean, I can't say anything different. I can't come up here and lie that I say it, that I think it's good when I think it's shit, because it is shit. Every storyline I have like 0 interest in. You have no champion there. I mean, how could I come out and say this is a good show? Because it's not. It sucks. I think a lot of people agree with me because the ratings are going down. I see people messaging me saying they don't watch it anymore. They just watch my videos, or they just stop, cut off wrestling from their lives altogether, which is probably a good idea because it wastes so much of my motherfucking time. I was commenting on one of my other videos I made. I'm like, it's a disappointment because I had, I was scheduling classes a few months back for, my college, and I'm like, hey, I scheduled one of my classes on Monday. It doesn't get out till 8:30 at night. I'm like, I'll try to reschedule it. I might, I'll see what I can do. But and then I thought to myself, how stupid am I trying to fucking schedule my fucking schedule around motherfucking Raw? That's how much it affects my life. I mean, hours upon hours of my week are consumed by this bullshit. So there you go, people. Again, I keep going on, but like I said, that happens when you start talking about Raw. One thing leads to another, leads to another. So there you go, people. You know, you just keep ranting and ranting. But I'll stop it here. Raw sucked. So there you go.